Kingdom.
To the top, I'ma make it. Niggas just can't take it. To the top, I'ma make 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 it. Niggas just can't take it. Yeah.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Energy and the juice.
Juicy win after juicy win.
I beg your pardon.
Energy and the juice.
Juicy win after.
Yeah. 6 seed in the Nets, baby. 6 seed in the Nets. You're going to address us tonight as the 6-seeded Brooklyn Nets. Yeah. Get hype. I mean, hey, I'm all in. We going to the playoffs. They said we were tanking. Some people said we were tanking. Some people said, hey, we were tanking. We were not going to do well. But hey, I'm all in, Saif. I'm all in. I'm on the playoff. Let's get Philly out of here and win. I'm on that side. Like, I'm ready. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready. Yeah.
I mean, I was saying we should tank, but we didn't. So we're in the playoffs. For better, for worse, we're the 6th seed, and we're going to go up against the Sixers. First time in 4 years. I find it interesting how at the beginning of the whole, before the KD and Kyrie era, we started off going up against Philly, 3 versus 6. Yeah. Then after that era, the same thing. Philly, Nets, 3 versus 6.
Yeah, and I was listening to some of the broadcast. Shout out to Iron Eagle and Sarah Kustok tonight. It's like we went through. It's crazy. We were a young team, and we were on the come up with the Brooklyn Grit team. Made the playoffs. We made the big splash with the KD Kyrie, like I said, and then we had that streak of the playoffs. After the trade, we still were back to where we were like a young team, back to that kind of on the come up team, and we're still in the playoffs. It's crazy. Really can't make this stuff out. Let me shout out the chat. Make sure I hit that like button. Isaac was good on my mods and sub, yo. Brooklyn Nets 11. Hey, what's up, Dante? Shout out to Dante. Shout out to Warren Entertainment. Shout out to Callaway. My girl Callaway's in here. Shout out to Solo. What's good? Swiper. What's good? What else is in there? Only Nets, what's good? BB. Hey, BB. What's good? Shout out to BB. The Motive. What's good? The Motive. What's good, bro? Yeah. Oh, Email. What's up? Email 86. What's good, bro? Yeah, man. This game was. I feel like we were all waiting to see like the reaction to the Heat game that was going on at the same time. So they played a little bit earlier than the Nets. So tonight we saw the Heat lose. It was probably like, what was it, like third quarter, Saif? I think it was like third quarter, something like that.
Yeah, around. It was actually interesting because I just saw a tweet from a quote from Spencer Dinwiddie.
Mm.
And he said, "Listen, bro, I knew the score of the Heat game. My intensity dropped a little bit."
In the middle of the game, he knew?
Yeah.
I guess everybody was weird. Like, how did he know? Like, the coaches probably told him?
They're probably keeping track of it. Like, they got phones, They got ESPN.
Yeah, I see Dante said, Philly's a nice matchup. We talking that series, no question. Shout out to Dante. Yeah, bro. So we kind of all waiting for the Heat game when it started. And now the end of the first quarter, the Nets led the Magic 27-23. Every net who had played has scored except for DFS. I know Spencer Dinwiddie was doing. The Nets kind of shot bad in this first quarter against the Magic, bro. It was like we were 2 for 12 from 3. I don't know what was going on in this first quarter, but we started bad. Second quarter, man. Oh man, this is when we seen the Seth Curry show. How many 4-point plays does this guy Seth Curry have, bro, today? I don't know. Like,
apparently, he's the first net to have 2 4-point plays in a quarter.
Yeah, wow, the first one? That's crazy.
Yep.
You never think about that stat. That's an interesting stat. So we went on an 11-0 run from the Nets in the second quarter, 2 minutes, and then it was the Seth Curry, the 4-point plays. We go up. We started shooting a lot better in the second quarter, 36-23. and the lead just kind of blown up for there. And then once the lead kind of blew up, at halftime, it was 58-39. I think a lot of Nets fans were kind of like, you're watching the game, but you're like, okay, we got this in the bag. We might start resting. I think I remember you tweeted that, Syph. You was like, we should start resting players at halftime in the third quarter because we were up so crazy.
Yeah, and I believe if we let Cam and Seth Curry just dominate the ball, like they could have maintained the lead.
Yeah. It's weird because we're gonna get to the halftime. Like I thought the game was in the bag, but then I'm like, the last couple of games we've seen, bro, the Nets are gonna net. The Nets are gonna net, and the lead's gonna get shrunk. And the fourth quarter, we see it from the Cavs game. Like ever since the Cavs game, bro, it's like we always be losing these leads like this, bro. It's bad, man. It's kind of a little worrisome going into the playoffs. I mean, shout out to Callaway. I smell an upset after all that stuff is going to happen. No stats, just gut feeling. Yo, I'm praying for an upset, man. You guys don't. I will shed a Brooklyn tear if we beat Philly. If we beat Philly, if there's some way that Doc Rivers and James Harden mess this up, if they mess this up,
if we beat Philly, like I'll be content as a Nets fan. Like we lost Kevin Durant, we lost Kyrie, but if we somehow get to the second round, I'll just be fine for the next couple of years.
Don't let us beat Philly, man. Don't let us beat Philly. Oh man, DDJ gets shout out to DDJ getting the standard contract. By the way, speaking of DDJ, make sure you guys go to netkingdom.net. Ray's dropped a really, 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 really good article. The website is up now, so we're gonna start dropping a lot of articles. Syph is probably gonna drop some out there. I mean, Ray's my two guys gonna be on there. I might drop the article on there. So we're gonna start cooking, man. This playoff content is gonna start cooking, man. So just tune in and hang on with us. Shout out to Callaway again. AJ got to hit a thug cry. Yeah, I'm gonna hit a thug cry. If we don't let us beat Philly, man. I hate Philly so much. I don't know how much I hate Philly, bro. Like Philly and Boston, those might be my two hated cities like ever. Just as coming from where we come from. Yeah, like,
same.
Those are the two cities you hate the most. Just as a New Yorker, you just don't like those cities, man.
All right.
Let's get back to real quick. We'll break down the game and then we'll get into the playoff talk. So halftime came, we're like, oh, we're chilling. It's 58-39. Claxton had a good half, the first half. 12 points and 10 rebounds. This was probably the Mikhail's worst game I've ever seen Mikhail play. But that's pretty safe to say because he's had a stretch of great games. Like, I think when's the last time you've seen him play this bad? I don't even remember, like, a really bad,
Might be last game, actually.
You think so? I mean, he still had 30, but you know what it is? It's probably because of it's a efficiency and inefficiency with Mikhail sometimes.
I've actually got the stats for Mikal Bridges, his last 4 games.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, read them.
It's not that great.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
Well, Mikal Bridges, the last 4 games, including tonight, 25.5 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 35.4% from the field, 13.9% from 3, 81.8% from the free throw line.
Wow.
He's just been struggling offensively to score.
But what do you think is you think there's at some point he had to cool it off? Because he did have a stretch, bro. We got to admit, he did have a stretch of great games. Like a long stretch since he got traded. It was crazy. He was getting talked about. He got Eastern Conference Player, what was it, of the month or the week or something like that. And we thought everything was good, but now he went through this stretch. You think this is just a little hiccup, or you think he's just getting into his head too much? What do you think is the root of it?
I think it could be a combination of things. It could just be Mikal Bridges has never had to do this before.
Yeah.
To carry an offense, to be the number one guy. It could just be he's been playing too many minutes because the last 4 games, he is averaging 38 minutes per game.
Yeah.
And he might feel, I think Vaughn is telling him to shoot. And I think he's overshooting because the last 4 games where he's been struggling with his efficiency, he's averaging 24.8 field goal attempts per game, which is very, very high.
Yeah, it does worry me for the playoffs, but it's like, I don't know. I'm not going to read too much into it. I just think he's just, I think it's a little bit of the minutes because, like I said, he's playing every single game. Like a lot of people don't do that. If you want to be honest, a lot of players. When's the last players you heard that's played every single game for what, the last 5 years?
Oh,
Like,
it's dead. Like it nowadays.
yeah, every
mean,
single game for the last 5 years is. I mean, hey, that's
Like Jordan did it in
yeah,
like the
like those
90s.
90s. Let me read some of the chat. Shout out to Solo. He said, "Man, as long as we get this new roster playoff experience, I'm good." Shout out to Hot Blind Bling. Man went from fourth option on the Suns to first on the Nets. Yep. Email. Put it in the chat what y'all think. What's going on, Mikhail? Email said, "Yeah, it's the first time I've seen Mikhail frustrated." Yeah. He was clearly. I was just telling his site before this. He sat down on the bench and looked at Cam. Even CT. CT was like, and you know how CT's going through his issues. CT was upset. Like kind of went to Mikhail and was like, "Yo, you good? What's good, bro? You good?" Like checked on him. That's how
If
like
Cam,
upset. You know.
I love Cam Thomas,
Mhm.
but if Cam Thomas is offering you emotional support, there is something wrong.
That's what I'm saying, because we all see Mikhail like he's energetic, happy, always on go. You know, every single game, and it's credit to him. Like he's been doing that, and now it's like, whoa, he's going through this stretch. So, someone said 83 games. That's more one game than in the season. Yeah, 83 games, bro. Every single game for the last 5 years as well. Just thinking about that, bro. So halftime comes, and we thought it's easy pickings. Third quarter, it's just the stretch of the Magic, man. I don't know what happened in the third quarter. We kind of went cold, and the Magic went on a 10-2 run late in that third quarter. They cut the lead. We just stepped our foot was off the gas in that third quarter. This is what happens sometimes, like going forward. We just have these stretches where it's like our offense is just stuck in the mud and we can't get anything going. You see these stretches though, Saif, like once in a while with the Nets.
Yeah, I mean, it's why I always advocate for Cam Thomas minutes, because despite his problems, he can create, and it's something that can ease in the offensive burden on this team. For this game, it might have been because they knew the Heat lost, and they knew the game didn't matter. So maybe that's why. Because Dinwiddie said that he stopped trying, after he saw the Heat score.
Wow. So, and that's probably so third quarter, maybe that was probably what it was, because it was just an immediate change in energy. And then we cut the lead. Well, they cut the lead. Fourth quarter came, and then I seen Jacque Vaughn put the starters back in. He put the starters back in, and
Which I wish Vaughn would trust his bench more.
Yeah.
I wish he would trust Edmund. I wish he would trust Utah, Cam, to play a little more.
Yeah,
because the starters have been playing so many minutes the last 5 games.
Yeah. Shout out to Isaac. No worries. CP3 will choke on the Suns. Callaway, JV won't play CT. Bridges needs help. He's tired. Shout out to Callaway. Yeah, he does. Yeah, because the scoring outside of Bridges, man. I mean, we've got these games from Spencer and CJ, but it's just sometimes it's just inconsistent. It's just we can't. It's just inconsistent. CJ will have a great game sometimes, and sometimes he'll be off, and then Spencer goes through his great games and bad games. So it's just for these playoffs, I just want all of us to be on a good page at the same time. Like I want Mikhail to be going, Spence to be in his facilitating bag, and CJ to be hitting shots. If that happens, all three of those guys are like CJ's in sniper mode, Spence's facilitating mode, and Mikhail is in his scoring bag. That's perfect. I want that all at the same time, but we can't get that all at the same time.
Spencer Dinwiddie has been playing like prime Jason Kidd the last 5 games.
Bro.
Like he's not scoring much, but he's playmaking, and even his defense has been fantastic.
Yeah, and it's like we just can't get that. We can't have anything nice as Nets fans, bro. Shout out to Big Fortune. Coach hates Cam Thomas. Yeah, we're gonna get into the Cam Thomas situation. Just make sure you guys hit that like button for us. Get us to as many likes as possible, so the algorithm could see us. Shout out to BB. At least CJ and DFS are hitting their shots more often. It gives me confidence. Yeah, and like I said, this fourth quarter, I'm not going to even break down this fourth because I think the Nets kind of handled it after the starters were back in. going forward, it's like, what with the Sixers, man? What are your expectations? Let's just put it out there. Chad, put in your expectations right now of for real. And I want realistic. I know this is a Nets channel and people are gonna be like, oh, ew, this and that, but be realistic and give me a like
4-1 in favor of the Sixers.
yeah, give me a realistic y'all take. Like, I know y'all are fans, y'all gotta put Nets in though, you know, I know how y'all are, but be realistic. Like, what's y'all expectations? Because going forward, I want to be Philly, man. Like, I really do. I really do. You know, and it's like coming from the big trade, and then you're feeling the type of way like we got our own draft picks this year, and if we lose, we lose. You know, I'm not even like gonna be that upset, but I feel like the Nets should go into this like playing free. That we got nothing to lose. We got nothing to lose. It's the Philly that has all the pressure. We have no pressure. You know what I'm saying? If we lose, we right back in the draft. You feel me? So it's like, if we win, if they F up, then it's all not, you know what I'm saying? Then they look crazy. And we just benefit from that because, you know, we're not supposed to be here. You know? Oh man. Shout out to Ramon. How long will the stream be? There's a chance we might see the Mavs lose. Oh wow. I don't know. I'm even worried about them. I'm just worried about us right now. Shout out to Callaway. I expect a win in 7 games. Harden's gonna choke. Yeah, I'm waiting to see if Harden's gonna be Harden because
I mean, James Harden historically only chokes in like the second round. Usually the first round he's okay.
Usually the first round he's okay. He's got to build up the pressure. It's gonna be second round. Like the last time I seen a playoff Harden was probably the game like early on before he got hurt when he played with us. But that wasn't even Harden. That was like, you know, point guard Harden. The last time I seen Harden was Rockets days, like the Warriors days.
Yeah,
when he played the Warriors in those series games. That's the last time we saw Harden be Harden, like the official MVP. I'm scoring 60 and 10 of 20 assists or 15 assists Harden. You know. Shout out to Callaway. Callaway's going crazy. Shout out Harden chokes. I expect a win in 7. Yeah. And you know Doc Rivers, man. Doc Rivers is the king. I think he's the coach. He's one of the only coaches that blew a 3-1 lead like numerous amount of times. There's definitely a stat on that side. He's the king of 3-1 blowing 3-1 leads, bro.
He did it when he was coaching the Magic. He did it twice with the Clippers.
The Clippers,
three times. Three times.
He didn't do it with the Celtics though. I don't think the Celtics. No. But Philly, he did it. Like he's the coach. If we're gonna get an upset, he's the coach. He's the coach to do this against. Shout out to Callaway said Embiid get hurt, win in 7. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Because I think if you're looking from it from a 76ers point of view, if they're gonna be worried if Harden could be Harden, first of all. And then if Embiid, we know Embiid's going to give us 40 points and 20 rebounds probably every night. We just can't stop it. I mean, we can scheme against it some games and maybe he's off, but we know what he's going to give you. But it's the injuries with Embiid. We don't know about what's going to happen if something happens because he always ends up getting hurt in the playoffs. I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't know if it's his body, but something happens in the playoffs every time with Embiid. I hate that for him because I don't like great players getting. I want to see great players play. I don't want to guys get hurt, and I hate seeing guys get hurt and stuff. How do you feel about that, Saif?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to tell because statistically, the Sixers do have everything, all the indicating stats that a championship contender would have. They're a top 10 offense. They're a top 10 defense. They have at least 52 wins, and they're a top 3 seed in their conference. Those 4 things I just said, those are the things that determine statistically whether or not you are likely to win a championship. And I believe right now there are only 2 teams that meet that criteria, and that's the Celtics and the Sixers.
Yeah, that's a lot of people had even I think Skip Bayless, a couple of people had the Sixers winning the chip, going all the way. And it was Boston and Sixers a lot. And people didn't really talk about the Milwaukee Bucks like that either. I mean, they did. Like, they're still up there. But
I don't believe in
Yeah.
I know they won that championship a couple of years ago, but I don't believe in that team.
The Bucks.
Just offensively, they're so dependent on Giannis.
Yeah.
And Drew Holiday is very he can.
He's been
score.
outstanding this year though, but it's just
You can't rely on him as the second option.
Yeah.
And Chris Middleton doesn't look the same as he used to.
Yeah. Claude Smith said Philly won against the Nets this season. They unloaded Ben on us. Yeah. It's I don't like I said, it's with the whole Ben. I don't even want to talk about Ben Simmons, man, because that's gonna put my mood down. The
CBA, the new CBA, that has so many implications for. Okay, for one, Mikal Bridges is definitely going to make an All NBA team, just because he plays all those games. Because you need a 65 game minimum. That's going to rule out a lot of players that would usually make it.
Yeah.
And then the tax, that's going to be having good contracts is going to be insanely important because being under the luxury tax actually matters. It's not money anymore.
Yeah, I was talking about this with Saint the other literally this couple hours ago, bro. We were talking about the CBA and we're like, yo, it's crazy how they're making the owners basically spend less. I guess it's because they want to make the league fair.
Yeah.
They're making these owners spend less and less.
It makes parity, in my opinion, the worst way.
Yeah, because if you go over the luxury tax, you're getting hit even with more and more penalties. So it's
you can't use your Melo exception. You can't sign buyout guys.
Yeah.
And then there's the financial, and you can't trade picks. It makes it really difficult to just do things.
Yeah. Yo, I gotta read this comment. Isaac said, if Doc Rivers chokes, then he'll get blackballed, blue-balled from the NBA. He might end up coaching the WNBA after this happens. That's a fact. If Doc Rivers chokes this series against us, he's getting packed up bad, bro. He's getting packed up.
And I know his daughter kind of hates him.
Yeah.
Because he traded Seth Curry.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, Seth Curry has an amazing record against his father-in-law. He just plays really, really great. I don't know what it is with Seth.
Last 3 games that he's played against the Sixers, he's averaging 23 points a game.
There it is, Syfe. You always do this with the stats. That's the stat we needed tonight. The Seth he owns the father-in-law when it comes to playing him in games. I don't know what it is. But that's what he does. Shout out to Callaway. Brooklyn Bridges drops 30 points per game, win in 7, like I said. Yeah. Callaway's, we on this game 7. Me and Callaway, I feel you. We on this game 7. Let's be on this game 7 win. We're gonna pack up Philly, man. I'm with you. I believe in it, man. I'm gonna get into that Nets fan pool and just believe in anything can happen. It's the playoffs, so we'll see. But yes, I don't know. Anything else you got on it? Make sure you hit that like button.
Sunday. Okay, so Sunday the game does not matter. Straight up, everything is settled. So I'm hoping Cam Thomas and the other young guys, the bench, actually gets serious minutes.
Oh yeah. I think Sunday could be a great development game, rest game for a couple guys. They're probably gonna play McHale. Now that we clinch 6, probably gonna play continue his streak. Quarter. Play him the first quarter and or the first 2 minutes and then sub him out. And then you just let the young guys go. Let DJ, Cam, Dayron, those guys have at it, man. The Sixers probably gonna do the same. So it's gonna be our basically bench versus their bench, or their young guys versus our young guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the whole going back to the whole CBA, I think this organization, we're going to trade Cam Thomas. I think they just don't believe him. I think Cam, I'm going to follow his career always because I just believe in the kid that much.
Yeah.
But this organization, they're going to probably trade him, which is bad because we need him. He's making $2 million. Yeah. And because the luxury tax actually matters now, having him rookies on cheap deals that could contribute is very important for us and all NBA teams now.
Yeah, the NBA with the CBA, they're valuing rookie contracts, bro, and they're valuing building through the draft, rookie contracts, getting young guys to build out, taking years to get to that level instead of I'm going to spend my money and get all the stars and get a chip. You can't, that's why the Warriors were so upset and Draymond was so upset.
I mean, I would be, because like it's not the Warriors' fault that they're willing to spend.
Yeah.
It's not just they bought those players. It's they drafted well.
Yeah, that's the thing. But that's the ironic part of it. The
did everything
Warriors
right.
drafted those guys. They turned into stars. So I mean, Joe Tsai kind of was one of the owners that was paying,
but it didn't work.
Yeah, but it didn't work. Yeah. Who else? There's a couple. Wasn't there another big three before us? It might have been. But yeah, like there's no more of that in the NBA. It's no more of that. Shout out to Ravi. Bridges is about to average 40 points per game. Shout out to BB. I'm glad Seth left his game on a high note. He's gonna go off. Yeah, I a lot of people don't want Seth to play, but when I see him look at his father-in-law and shoot these threes and they just be cashing out, he be cashing out. Scythe gave us the stats. He be cashing out against Doc Rivers.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm one of the guys who says that we should be playing Cam over Seth, but against the Sixers, I trust Seth.
And Seth in the playoffs, like I said, yeah. So Seth usually turns up in the playoffs, so we'll see. I hope Jacque Vaughn finds a way to use him. I feel like we should do another video. Well, like I said, we're gonna do some playoff previews, drop some articles.
Seth Curry is gonna be because he's a free agent. Like, if he performs well in the playoffs. It's going to be like, is he going to want to stay? Is he going to go somewhere else?
He's probably playing for a bag too. So if he knows if he plays, he's going to try to play as hard as he can, because next year he's going to be a free agent. So it's like he's playing for a bag from a team. I mean, teams are going to want stats, I think. But it's even more to get your money up. He's going to have to, go crazy. Shout out to, if you guys have anything in the comments, just put it in the comments and we'll react to it. Shout out to Ravi. Believe it's revenge time against Harden. Gerald said, can the Nets group duplicate what the Young Hawks did a couple years ago against the Sixers? That's a great question.
I mean, the Sixers, like the Hawks exploited Ben Simmons, and the Sixers don't have Ben anymore. Like, they don't have that weakness.
Yeah, this is a different Sixers team. I think Harden does really change everything for them, man. Like, they're really supposed to win this series. Like, they're supposed to handle us.
And they have Tyrese Maxey.
And exactly, you got Tyrese Maxey. I think McDaniels was a really sneaky good pickup for them, because he gives them another guy off the. It's basically their version of what they had before. Who was the Australian guy they had before? They traded away. Was he Australian?
Oh, Matisse Thybulle.
Matisse Thybulle, yeah. They have McDaniels is more of like a Matisse Thybulle type, because he's a good wing defender. He'll defend, but he can shoot. He can give you a little bit of more offense, So they upgraded at that point, at that position, of replacing Thybulle. And then you give him Maxey, scoring off the bench. Shake Milton can score and off the bench. Like, they're gonna be, if they're all going on all levels, they're tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not supposed to win.
And Tobias Harris, despite him being overpaid, is still a good NBA player.
Yeah. It's so to answer your question, Gerald, it's a different Sixers team, and I don't think we have the firepower. I hate to say it because I love my Nets, but it's like,
I actually think we have the talent to put up a really good fight.
Yeah, to put up a fight, okay. Yeah, I'm not. Oh yeah, I'll say we can put up a fight, but to win this series is like, it's, bro.
This series will determine, because I'm not a fan of Jacque Vaughn, but this will test, like, the playoffs is the highest test. Can he perform playoff adjustments? Like, that's very important to see if Vaughn can do that.
Yeah, exactly. Playoff, like I said, you're good battling against the adjustments against the coaching. Then you're battling just the talent they have on the other side. We can't do anything with Embiid. I mean, God bless Claxton. He's having an amazing year, all-star type of almost year, and he's going to be in a battle with Embiid. And then you go to our bench. Do you believe in Day'Ron? They made Day'Ron the backup big. Do you think he's going to, step up for us? And it's tough.
We've been 0-3 against the Sixers this year.
Yeah,
we haven't beaten them once.
So we have to be perfect almost every game. Every game, got to be perfect. to at least get a win. We can't play like we've been playing these last couple games, bro. Like it's got to be on point. Take it to another level. Shout out to Callaway. We wasn't supposed to get swept last year, but we did. Wasn't supposed to trade stars, but we did. Not supposed to beat Philly, but we will. Also, CT is gone. Damn.
Okay, regarding Cam Thomas, okay, what do you think we could get for him?
Oof.
I think we could get a first rounder.
I hate to like have this convo right now, but I think we can either move up I was just talking about this funny because I was just talking about on the phone with Saint about this the other day too. This couple hours ago. If we don't, we can get either a higher draft pick with CT. I'm saying if this was on the table,
yeah,
the higher draft pick, or you can get a good. If you package him with Joe Harris or package him with another guy, you can get a under the radar stars, but not role player kind of guy. Not a star, but a role player that's really good.
Yeah, and look, I'm Cam's biggest supporter. Like in the Discord.
Oh yeah, Cypher's a Cam. Yeah, Cypher's had Cam's back when no one had his back. So this is, we know like this is because the chat brought this up and we bring this up.
No, because I don't, man. Look, I think Cam Thomas. Look, you don't average 40 in 3 straight games at his age and not become good. Like it's just like he's going to be an all-star player. It just for some reason Vaughn doesn't believe in him. And so I think he might get traded. And look, I wish him the best. Like, again, I'll always be a fan of him and follow his career. And I want him to be a star on the Nets, but it just won't work. They just won't give him the opportunity to figure it out. And so I'm at a point where I've accepted that, hey, they'll trade him, and then hopefully the Nets could get a first-round pick out of him, maybe.
Yeah. Shout out to BB. Let's don't hate. I think Josiah didn't let Cam take over because of the KD trade. Moses Brown being on the Brooklyn fan shirt tonight is hilarious. Yeah. The Moses Brown thing was really like you can't make this stuff up, bro. We really gave this man 10 days for nothing and didn't even play him.
I mean, if the strategy was to inspire Daron, it worked.
Oh yeah. If that's the strategy, yeah. But then, and you guys know I'm a DDJ fan. I love DDJ, but it's like we needed a big to deal with Embiid for this series. I mean, DDJ to me shouldn't have been a two-way this year, but it's like we needed a big, bro, because it's like this is what I was saying. If we matched up, I was saying this before we matched up with the Sixers. If we play the Sixers, we're gonna need guys to just throw at Embiid for fouls because he's gonna get a lot of fouls. Even though I know this is the playoffs and officiations are gonna change, it's gonna change, but he's still gonna get fouls. Like he's still gonna get guys in foul trouble.
It might mean that they're just gonna play
go small.
Yeah, DFS or Utah small ball 5.
Yeah, they're gonna try to go small, and I don't know, man. I mean, if you scheme up Embiid like we schemed up Jokic that game, I could see us, but it has to be a hard double. Like it's gonna have to be really, really good defense, bro. This man is he's a superstar. He's an MVP this year for a reason. Shout out to Callaway. Attach CT and picks Patty and plus Ben contract. Send him to the Bulls for Levine. Ooh, they don't want to talk about that yet, Callaway.
I don't think the Bulls are finally actually starting to figure it out. Like they're not trading.
Yeah, they don't want to talk about that yet, Callaway. They don't want to talk about that yet, Callaway.
Oh, the Bulls just beat the Mavs.
Yeah. Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So that means the Mavs.
How much Luka have?
I don't think he Luka had 13 points, but he only played 13 minutes.
Yo, the Mavs is really tanking. Oh my god.
Which is smart. It is.
Tanking, bro.
Their pick is top 10 protected.
Yeah. They can get a top 10, so hey. Wow. They're going. It's interesting to see what about the Mavs, man. I mean, now that I think me personally, I think Kyrie's going to stay. I think he has no choice. If he wants his bag, he's going to stay. And I think Mark Cuban's going to give him the bag. Then they're going to have the guys. I talked to because one of my friends is a Mavs fan. He said he's cool with going into next year if he has Luka, Kyrie, Josh Green, and Hardy, and then they could just flip the whole team. And then again, their top 10 protected guy, and then just try to get rid of Tim Hardaway's contract and just be like, start from there. They could start from scratch, kind of not scratch, but
Like have a fresh offseason. And
yeah,
it would do.
they could start
it would
with
do
3
different.
guys on the roster, like 4. I think most of those guys are out of there, free agents. Yeah, like almost like your whole team is like free agent except for those guys I named.
Kyrie's contract situation is going to be like, okay, I'm at a point where, as a fan, just whatever with Kyrie, but as an NBA fan, like I'm interested to see what his market is, because how much does his off-court activities affect his value? And is he going to get a full guaranteed? Is it going to be partially guaranteed? What does he want? Will he just go somewhere else? Like, I'm really curious to see
That's
what
gonna be a
happens with Kyrie.
spicy offseason. Yeah, it's gonna be a spicy offseason in Mavs world for them. Shout out to the chat. The chat saying Kyrie got his karma back. Yeah, he got his karma payback. He got his karma. He's gonna watch his old team. Shout out to Bigga make the playoffs and his new team not. Yeah,
I don't think Kyrie cares.
yeah. I don't think he cares. Yeah,
I think he just wants his money.
Yeah, I don't think he wants. I mean, I think he's a competitor. Like he wants to win, but he understands it's not really all on him. It's the team out roster that Mark Cuban and Nico made wasn't hitting.
Yeah, I mean, Kyrie's just his decision making the last few years. It just the consequences of his decision making.
Yeah, but I'm off. I don't want to talk about Kyrie, y'all. I said we'll be back. Like I said, we'll be back. We're gonna
9-17 after trading for Kyrie.
Yeah, we're gonna. Let's go against these 6. I want to get at least 2 or 3 games. I'm not 2 games on the Sixers, man. Let's get 2 games on the Sixers. If not, let's win in 7. Like I really want to beat Philly, man.
I mean, I'm just waiting till the offseason, like till the draft.
The draft? Are you still excited for the draft?
The draft? I mentioned that like I've always been like a really big draft guy.
Yeah.
But I mentioned this in my article about how we're going to develop those 2 guys. Are we going to trade them? What are we going to do in the offseason? Like, the offseason will decide our direction and, like, what are we going to do?
Yeah. The offseason is going to be good, too. It's going to be good for us. The draft stream's going to go crazy. Let me read I'm going to read a couple of y'all comments, and we're going to end this. Jamal Callaway said Mark Cuban said he wants to keep Kyrie. Yeah, he does. He said he wants to keep. He's gonna give him the bag. I think Mark Cuban's gonna give him the bag. BB said, "What do you think of the 2024 jerseys?"
I don't like them. I don't like them.
I've never seen us get so cooked online by those jerseys, bro. Like we got cooked bad online. Like everybody was like cooking us on Twitter about that.
I know they're inspired by some artist, but at least like the basket jerseys, like those were cool.
Yeah.
Like they fit our like the Nets like black and white, they like fit. Like these were like completely different.
And y'all gotta see this thumbnail. The reason I put those jerseys on the thumbnail because I know somebody tonight. I did it to troll y'all because I know somebody tonight was gonna say, "Yo, why you have this on your thumbnail?" or bring up the 2024 jerseys because I don't know what they were doing with those, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, and I was speaking to Jay about this. Like for the kids' perspective, I could see it. It's beautiful for the kids. Like if you're a kid. Like those youngins, like it gives you like Nickelodeon, Disney kind of vibes. Like for kids, I could see them like, oh my god, I'll get these jerseys, yeah. But for like the rest of us, it's kind of like, nah, it's not hitting. It's not the one. They tried it, but it's not the one. I'm sorry, Nets. Look at the Twitter. It's not just me, Nets. Look at the Twitter. Look all over online. Everybody's saying those jerseys is trash.
I hope we don't wear them that often.
Yeah. Everybody is saying somebody. Yeah, a long time. Shout out to Dawn, long time Nets fan. I see her at the games. She tweeted me was like, "Burn my eyes." she said, "Burn my eyes because these are so bad," and burn the jerseys. Yeah, so make sure you guys hit that like button for us, man. Yeah, love the colors, hate the font. Yeah, shout out to BB. Yeah, really bad. It's really. I don't know who said yes to those or looked at them and were like, yeah, these are the ones. I mean, I don't know how much control the Nets had with the cause. Maybe cause designed it and had all control. Yeah, no.
The thing that's cool about the Nets is like their aesthetic. like the black and white gray. Like that's pretty like cool.
Yeah,
Like
I love the
are cool.
colors. Yeah, I love our colors. Yeah. Somebody says cereal box. Yo, I'm we got it. Hit that like button. We'll be back, yo. We'll be back. The cereal box is hilarious. The cereal box.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Energy and the juice.
Juicy.
I'm going ghost!